Hello and welcome. This is your favorite family neighborhood sleep above caffeinated goblin. So I have news on the new project and yeah. First off is the concept. Yay! So now I said this is gonna be about SCPs and it's gonna be like news reports and animations. It's changing a bit. It is still about SCPs and it's gonna be like on old television, it's gonna be news reports, but it's gonna be based in this small, like, dream core kind of town that is liminal space, that is kind of like bright pastel colored, cartoonish, that is somewhat unsettling, but like in a way that you can't place. I also should point out this is in no way for kids, and we're gonna have multiple warnings throughout the beginning, just like saying not for kids, and then also in the title, and I'm gonna put age restrictions on it. But the title is gonna be very long because I am gonna explicitly write that it's not for kids. Instead of using information and case files that are already out there, we're gonna do our own little twist on this, where it's based on this made-up town with these little animals that live in this so-called made-up town, and over time, these animals are gonna start realizing that something is very, very wrong with the so-called peaceful small town. It's gonna start off as basic things that don't seem out of place, but in the long run, you'll see how they are. And knowing the SCP Foundation, you'll see that these aren't just random coincidences. Because we did a random number and we got 755 watts for the whiteboard. A case where this vandal goes around graffitiing this phrase, always the same spelling, random capitals perfectly placed, usually written in paint or marker on the side of buildings, on the ground, or even sometimes on pieces of paper. Now, it's known that people who read this phrase are going to be injured, or even possible death. Many, but not all, cases recorded the victim, before being injured or possibly dying, seeing a whiteboard. Not specifically a whiteboard, but a whiteboard in some sort of way. It's not specified. Before they die. No, we're not going to be using case files that pre-exist. This is going to be my own take on the information provided by the SCP Foundation wiki page, the one the fandom made. Now, as for SCP-755, it was written on a runway. Well, the passengers saw and read it before the crew was able to scrub it down and get rid of it. The plane, about 21 or so minutes into the flight, had to make an emergency stop after a whiteboard flew into the jet engine. Now, as you can see, compared to other SCPs, that's not really out there. That's not really eye-catching without enough cases that make it merely not a coincidence. So the idea is that throughout this short little cartoony, unsettling kids kind of TV show, again, we're specifically stating that this is not for kids anyway. On the cover, the title, all of it is going to say that it's not for kids. We're going to add age restrictions like not for kids. Want to point that out. I personally like the idea of it looking like an older animation style because in my opinion that makes it more unsettling, where you can tell something's up but you can't quite place it. But as it continues on, you'll see that these strange little weird instances that you will able to tell what SCP it is, and there will be like sources for the link to the pages and the people who are gonna help me with the voice acting. Anyways, as it carries on, gets more unsettling. The animation style is gonna slightly change. The voices are gonna have more of a rasp to them, more of a frantic urgency. Well, the people of this town are slowly starting to realize that these aren't just mere coincidences. They are starting to realize that something is seriously wrong. And the animation from simple and cute will shift between cute and simple to more realistic and frantically drawn in this unsettling realism way. where body horror and gore and all these other different concepts all smooshed together. Now, I do want to state that both The Walton Files, not your average kid's show, The Mandela Catalog, the original, Cuphead, Junji Ito, as well as countless horror movies that I've seen, because when I was a kid, I used to be horrified of horror movies. So my 12-year-old self on an iPod decided the best way to get over my fears was in the middle of the night, in the dark, under my covers, watching horror movies back to back until I was no longer afraid of them. I had nightmares for so long, but now horror movies make me laugh. They're just so DUMB now. Like, yeah, jump scares get me, but like, you find an axe, you know that this house is awful, that you know that there's a ghost serial killer in this house, and what do? You don't use that axe on the boarded up windows that you could easily escape from and get off the property so the ghost can no longer attack you. You use it to go into the basement because you're like, let's go into the basement that only has one entrance and clearly is the best place to hide. The fear became pure annoyance. Like, jump scares get me, some body horror is just like too disturbing, but general horror, it annoys me now. I can't enjoy horror movies anymore because they're just so annoying. Anyways, we'll have a list of the inspiration source files, and we'll have like more information videos like this that are made that will be behind the scenes, so it's not like a lot of within the episodes after the animation there will be a lot of talking like this. It will be separate videos that are like behind the scenes. Since I'm the only one making this, I can't promise how long it will take between each episode. The only help I'm getting is from the voice actors and from them telling me how they want their character, because some of them are going to be different YouTubers, small time, that I'm going to ask to be like, hey, can you give me a description of how you would want your character portrayed in this that represents you as a YouTuber, like the image, whatever it is. I think in the future it would be fun if this does become like a series that people enjoy. If we do like little contests and like we have special guests that are you guys, if you guys want to participate in an episode where like you'll have like a short line and like just something simple but like more community engagement and stuff like that. And despite it being like a community reward, I want to look into it a lot, because if you guys are participating in it, even if it's like one line and like a random character design that you guys wanted incorporated, something like that, I still want to like be able to pay you guys, shout you guys out, give you credit for that character, like helping me with the design, doing the voice, whatever, because like, you deserve credit. I'm not gonna be like, no, you won this as a reward. But yeah. Anyways, I'm about to join a couple of calls with a couple different people and see if they wanna do this with me. I'm the only one animating this, but I am gonna have voice actors. I'm gonna be talking to these people and asking them their ideas on how they would want their character, how they would want them dressed, what animal, because it's gonna be like a little cute cartoony, but then hyper realistic, where it gets very unsettling, where it flashes between this cute cartoon like horror that is just merely unsettling horror, but then hyper realistic, it's just grotesque, that the bodies don't move like they're supposed to, etc. So like that's the news. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get a script made. I'm gonna do a better video for information on this. I'm about to join a call, gonna ask for some help and see if this person wants to be a character because I need voice actors, and right now I can't pay them, which is why I'm asking friends to do this, because I'm closer to them and there's a very high possibility that in the future we will still be friends. If we don't, I'm gonna like have to find a way to contact them, because if this does come something big, I want to like be able to pay them. They're gonna have credit and everything. I'm broke. like can barely afford my ADHD medication book. If I didn't have coverage, it was like over $400 a month. What? If you can tell, I miss my ADHD medication. Maybe not only character designs or voices, like a few voice lines. Maybe you guys can also help me with the stories, like Christmas giveaway. And it's just me giving you guys a job that is short-lived. But like, if we're able to do this, you will get paid and acknowledged. And if you're a creator, I would shout you out. If you're not a creator, I would ask you what you're comfortable with me sharing, so people can find you, not in a creepy way. You did a good job, I want to support you kind of way. Anyways, I'm gonna make another coffee. I will do a video later on that better explains this, because I'll have a script and I will not have just woken up, had a coffee, and then start talking. Totally again, did not miss my ADHD medication. And I'm gonna be showing a few calls right now. Sorry if I repeated a lot of stuff. I forgot what I said. I'm kind of like all over the place because like this idea is, I'm really excited. Like I'm having a lot of fun making this. And so like I don't know, like I hope you guys enjoy this.